Hello and welcome to some more In Conversations, and this series is starting with Robyn Webb. I'm talking to her today because she is a grandma to two of our young singers. She's also a member of our management team and also a chaperone helping at our weekly rehearsals. So welcome, Robyn, it's great to see you today.
Thank you for asking me.
It's a pleasure, and so I thought I'd start by just asking you how long you've been associated with SC choirs.
3 great years, really enriching years.
That's good to hear. And so you were involved to start with just as a grandma, I think, weren't you? And then got more and more involved as time went on.
That's it. My eldest, who's now 10, started about 4 years, and I just was enthralled by it. I just thought it was a great program and wonderful to see her engage with that and sing.
That's great. That's good to hear. So in a normal week, because you help at rehearsals with our younger singers, little voices and sometimes junior voices, how do the youngest members of SE choirs respond to the musical activity when you're observing in rehearsals?
Well, like most young children, when they first come into the room and it's a new thing, they're a little bit shy, but Sarah, who takes them, is just amazing the way she involves them, and they're soon engaging, they're uninhibited, they're loving the music activity, the little songs that she gets, little activities. Fantastic.
They always seem to have a lot of fun, don't they?
Yeah, definitely.
And do you think that involvement like that in music for particularly younger children has big benefits?
When my children started school in the early 80s, the head teacher at Four Oaks then, Mrs. Edge, said to us young parents then, I can't teach your children the 3 R's until you teach them the 3 C's. The 3 C's: concentration, conversation, and consideration to others. And I've always taken that to heart. Now, this musical program does all of that because they're conversing, they're concentrating on a task, they're taking turns, so consideration to others, and so they're opening up, they're listening. And the program as well is great because math is involved, the rhythm, English, it's the building blocks of education. And I think this program does that.
Oh, that's great to hear, and yeah, it has so many benefits in the wider picture, doesn't it? In the long term, wow. And so, what would you say to a parent who might be watching this, who might be considering sending their child to SC choirs in the autumn term?
Well, I just think what's fantastic about it is so beneficial, and it achieves these benefits through encouragement and support. It builds self-belief, socialization, the very rudiments of learning when they're first starting. It's the building blocks of maths, team, the idea of team, listening, all of the important aspects that children need to really excel with their education. And that's from this music.
That's great, and of course, singing is for life, isn't it? We want them to have a lifelong interest in music, even if they don't do it as a career. It has so many benefits and so many things that we can enjoy from it. And I know you're a singer yourself. So for you as an adult, how has singing impacted on your life over the years?
For me, it's working together. I'm a choir singer, so I don't do solos as such, but I love being part of the team, achieving something. When I was 10, I belonged to an orchestra. I played the piano, and it was just achieving something together, which I enjoy. I'm not particularly sporty, but I love being in a team in that respect. In fact, I probably like rehearsals better than I do the actual performance. And I love harmony, and that's what music gives me. Life is, there's harmony in our life, and as we look across people in our society, and it's bringing all of our diversities together through harmony, and harmony just epitomizes that to me.
Yeah, yeah. It's a really special moment, isn't it, when maybe the choir is singing in unison and then it just bursts into four parts or whatever. It's
Yeah,
hairs on the back of the neck, isn't it? Um,
absolutely.
yeah. So What would you say, to sum up, what was your favourite aspect of SCC, if you can narrow it down? Because you mentioned
Well, there's quite a few things. I think the first thing that is so important is that every child is treated as an individual, and they're all valued. And from the very beginning, from the very onset, when they first start, Sarah and yourself, you get them to converse. You, who's going to do a solo? And it's the most natural thing. It's as if, it's no big deal. Everybody does it. They're all waving their hands and they all want to do it. I just think it's delightful. The other thing I really like about it is bringing the movement in with singing. That is so important. I think it just internalizes it, and it will produce a whole culture of rhythm and movement. That to me is fantastic how you do that. I've written down a few more things. So I love the tutorial videos. I think they're absolutely fantastic. There's sight reading, there's rhythm notation, the whole idea of team through the games and the exercises that you do, and also this development of pride of performances. And I think that's really a great aspect of what SC Choirs produces.
Gosh,
So
lots of things there. Yeah, it's interesting. You've obviously mentioned the online stuff, which we have had to do over the last few months. And yeah, I think we've certainly tried to keep that contact going, which is really important. And anyone that is thinking of joining us in the autumn term, of course, we're going to be starting online, but working towards in-person rehearsals and our annual goals, which is fantastic. So whether it's in person or not, I think hopefully we can keep those values going that you've mentioned, and involve everybody and keep that community going, which is so important, isn't it?
yeah, definitely. Onwards and upwards.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, thank you ever so much for your time, Robyn. I really appreciate you talking to us today, and we wish you well in all your musical endeavours, and thank you again for your help at SC Choirs. It's very much appreciated.
It's my privilege. Thank you.
And thank you for joining us at home. And until next time, bye for now.